So we were saying we was doing other like dynamics. So how would you feel with Deontay Wilder fighting GILL?
Dillian White?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we're saying Deontay Wilder, but we're not sure what he is yet, what mindset he's at. Is he going to come back better? Is he going to come back worse? We're not sure what Deontay Wilder is there yet. We need to see what Deontay Wilder comes back. Is he going to be the same?
Yeah.
And then we can make our judgment. Because everyone says Deontay Wilder, judging him on how he fought in his last fight and the fight before. But that's when he was unbeaten at his best. Now that loss messed him up mentally. We're not sure if he can come back from that loss. We need to see how he fights in his next few fights before we make that judgment.
Yeah, yeah. Because they're saying that basically that if what we're saying, so if Povetkin and Dillian goes wrong, basically whoever wins out of Povetkin and Dillian, the way that Wilder can get back into the rankings is to fight the winner out of that, because then he'd be back in the rankings. That's the decision. So he'd either have to fight GILL or he'd either have to fight Povetkin.
We're not even sure if he's going to fight again. We haven't seen anything of him in the gym.
I know he's fighting.
Apparently he's fighting Andy Ruiz. Apparently.
No, he's fighting Charles Martin.
I've heard that, but it's all speculation. It's all speculation. There's no video. There's no videos of him and a new coach. No videos of him in the gym. There's been nothing. He's been quiet as a mouse. So that loss affected him big time. And we're not sure if he's going to fight again. We're not sure.
Yeah, it's just heavily speculated because Charles Martin's kind of come out and addressed it that, you know, they should be he would, because they're in the same. They're both PBC fighters. So he said the fight's easy to make. It should be going ahead, but like you said, we never know until they sign on the dotted line. But that seems to be the next fight that he's looking to do. And then everyone's saying, is that a tune-up fight? Because, you know, Martin, you know, he got knocked out by AJ. Who else beat him? Who else beat Martin? Mr. Prince Charles.
Someone else did.
Yeah, someone else did. He's got a few losses, but I mean, he's under Eddie Reynoso now, so that may bring out a new set of quality skill sets coming from him. Like maybe we should judge him on his old self. So if he does fight Wilder, he's saying he's not a tune-up, because he said Wilder's in his same team, but he said he don't get to smack him up. So until like you're saying, until we see Wilder actually take a fight, we don't know how to really gauge where he's at, like skill-wise, mentality-wise.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. 100%.
But that's what they're saying is the likelihood that that's how he'll get himself back into the rankings. That's the quickest way that you could do it, is fight the winner of Povetkin White. So be interested to see. And then, but what do you see? What will happen if? All right. So if Joyce, this is what we said. So if Joyce loses against Usyk, what happens to Joyce then? Where does he go?
Don't know.
I was like, I don't know.
Joyce isn't young, and Joyce has got world title ambition. So having world title ambition at the age that he's at, what is he, 35?
35.
Yeah, 35.
Having world title ambition at that age, if he fights Usyk and he loses, that world title ambition is basically down the drain, because it's going to take him a while to build up to where he's at, and sometimes
2-3 years.
Take him 2-3 years, and by that time he'll be done. He might say, you know what, I've made some good dough in boxing. Listen, I'm gonna call it a day early. That's what might happen, because it's a bit too long of a wait, and he ain't going down the way class.
So he's just got into the limelight, and then all of a sudden, because he has one loss, so we have to say goodbye. Because he's like what, 10-0, 10-0.
It's not the one loss. It's the time. Like Ohara said, it's the time. It's the time period. So he's 35. 2-3 years. He's 37.
Yeah. So what are you saying? Where's he going? Should he retire then? Is that what you lot are saying?
He probably will. Yeah, he probably will. Yeah. Because who's he really going to fight? He's not going to.
He can still make some money.
He could do, but the thing with boxers is, you know, when they get to that stage, do they just want to make money? They want to finish on a high. You know, do you just want to go fighting people for the sake of fighting them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ohara will answer that. You know, would you do that, Ohara?
Would I do what?
You know, if Joe Joyce lost and then he's got 2-3 years to build and you're 35, can you really see yourself going through that to build yourself to then try and get back on the stage at 37?
Even though Joyce is only 10-0, 11-0 or whatever, he's made money. When he put
without a doubt.
Yeah, not a lot. Not to put him into millionaire status. No,
Joe Joyce made enough money in that fight to say, you know what, I can retire, make a few smart investments, and live good for the rest of my life. I know that.
Not me. Sorry, that wasn't enough. I know that's not enough money. He hasn't made. Yeah, you made enough money. Yeah, you've got made enough money where you can do little investments here and there, but it's not. We ain't even in the mill bracket. We ain't even in the mill bracket. And then even if he's in the mill bracket and then after tax, it's not retirement. I don't feel that.
Maybe not a mill after tax and after that just yet. But after this Usyk fight, he would have made way over a mill if you combine both the fight. If you combine both the fight purses. So sometimes it's not about you don't need to make 100 mil. You ain't got to make 10 mil. If you make 1.5 million, if you make 1.5 million, you make a few smart investments. You can live.
You can live without a doubt.
And he's still going to be quite relatively young. He could still do a few things on the side. He can still work.
Young enough for that type of vibe. Yeah,
he's got a name, so you know, so he could live. So I think if he loses, then he might have to. He might just say, you know what, I'm done. Call it a day. Joe Joyce doesn't think how we think.
Yeah,
I know Joe Joyce personally. Like I've met him quite a few times.
You think like how a boxer would think.
He's different than us. So even though we might think about the money, I don't know what he thinks about. I don't know if he's money.
He did say it in an interview. I think it was with IFL like a couple of days ago. He's just like, I'm not really into for the money at the minute. Like I do want to make money, but I'm not solely. That's not my sole driving force. Do you know what I mean? These lot are just worried in the comments here. They're worried, you know. If you see the worries, if you see all this, suck your this and America v UK, I'm not even put these all up. I'm trying to sift through the sludge.
Guys, I'm actually so sorry, guys. No, I've got a sheet up in like not long.
Oh, he turns up late. He's the last one in, first one out.
Sorry.
O'Hara's a smart one.
Can I ask O'Hara?
We won't go on, Jermaine.
Any updates on your next fight?
Listen, man, look at the size of my stomach right now. I've been back in. I had a few weeks off. Got back in the gym. I've been training ever since, but I went to Dubai, had a week off. But now since I've been back in the gym working hard, doing my sprints this morning. I think I'll probably be ready to fight again April, May times because I can't rush things. That's what I learned after I fought Dave Matthews and then I fought Taylor. A few months later, one thing I learned is you can't have a big fight, win a big fight and a fight 3 or 4 months after. You need time.
You got to give your body time.
In boxing, a lot of times your team tries to rush you, people around you try to rush you because when you earn, they earn. So when you take a long break, they're thinking like, listen, go out there and fight. You got to but sometimes you just got to rest. So I think I'll be ready to fight again. April, May, June possibly. And so I think between April and June, I'll be back in. Obviously, I've got a new deal now after the Golden contract. So that's all going to be.
Who's your promoter going to be then?
I can't really say yet.
You know definitively who your promoter's going to be.
Yeah, it was all.
He does.
It was all.
It's Frank Warren.
My time in
He's not saying nothing yet.
my time fighting in England's done. One thing I will say is that my time fighting in England's done. You know, I've had some great nights boxing in the UK.
Is that a
Yeah,
clue?
Bro,
Is that a
I'm
clue?
gonna bang down your life, fam, and you're gonna have to block me.
That's a clue now.
Yo, what do you mean you're not in England? What?
Yeah,
I'm here and drop their bombs, fam.
I'm no longer going to be fighting in England. So you know, after Eddie Hearn threw me under the bus for those years ago, and I've had my back and forth with the British boxing fans, and I feel like sometimes they don't like me. I feel like I'm not welcome.
Who cares? Some of them don't like you, Bear of them
Who doesn't like you, O'Hara? The British crowd.
I feel like the British boxing public don't
The
really
British
like
crowd
me.
don't like you.
No,
man, no.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
If I'm honest,
Nah.
Some of them don't. You didn't do yourself sometimes any favours. Let's call it right. But at the end of the day, some people do like you. You just like some people don't. Sometimes some people do. It don't matter.
Maybe like a small percentage like me, but the majority don't. But I feel like up in America, I'll be celebrated a lot more.
Or just don't try running down Floyd Mayweather when you're open.
yeah.
That's the first place I'm going to. What are you saying, Floyd? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that would be wild. That'd be wild if you did that. I'd be in stitches. I'd actually love it, to be fair.
No, I'm joking.
But Ohara, before obviously you not fighting in England again, is that basically rule out the fight of you and Anthony Fowler ever happening?
Listen, that's an exception. Like that fight right there is an exception. I said to Eddie Hearn, I will go up north, up to Liverpool. Me and Anthony Fowler will fight in his own hometown. As long as the money's right, the price is right, you pay me how much I want, the fight can happen. I told him.
How much you want?
We talk numbers.
250 and some stamps.
No
one's seen Friday.
Listen, man. Listen.
How much do you want? Quarter million.
No, not a million. Probably 200k, 250.
I say you go for 500 grand, and then you'll get in the middle. You always got to go higher than what you really. Yeah.
That's not. I don't negotiate. I don't really play. I'm like, this is what I want. You give me that with there's no fight. I'm like that kind of guy.
Shoot for the stars.
Yeah. Well done, O'Hara. Well done. You know what? You know what you want.
There is money in the fight, but then again, up in America and the contract that I've got, I'll be making more money than what I would. Then I would possibly. I'll get to fight Anthony Fowler anyway. So I can say, you know what? I want to fight Anthony Fowler. I want to get 200k. I want to get 250,000. I'm getting more than that in this deal that I'm about to sign up in America. So
people saying you boxers are big up D from Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Is a buddy of mine as well. You boxers, you're crying about money and not fighting. It's ridiculous. It's fucking true, fam. Just fight, fam.
It's not just about fight.
It's not just about fighting.
It's not just about the fight.
That's your life on the line.
Of course.
Anytime you step into a ring.
Are you going to go to work and work for nothing? Who's going out there to work for nothing? Who?
100%. People trying to say fighters go and fight for free.
Fight for free. No.
Rubbish, man. Rubbish. You have to be paid, O'Hara. Yeah. You have to be paid.
We're not fighting. We're not fighting for a small check no more. Right, coming up, I fought my second fight. For my second pro fight, I got £180. I got £180 my second fight as a pro. So, and you know what? And I was happy. I was like, you know what? It's money that I didn't have before. £100 and I never had, and £100 I didn't have last week. So, but as you get up in the level, you have to know your value.
You have to know
your value.
That's right.
Once you step up there, then you have to earn your money.
Same.
You got to get your worth.
But I know what he's saying as a fight fan. Like, I don't think D is saying like fight for free, but it's just like, bruv, let's just make these deals, fam. Like, let's get.
Fight fans don't know what they're talking about. Fight fans don't know what they're talking about. If they was in our shoes, and you know you can get 100k for that fight, and then you get offered 45k, are they going to say yes? Hell the fuck no.
No, of course they're not. Of course they're not.
Unless you would do that.
What size are you?
And what?
I'm size 9.
Oh no. I can't step in your shoes. I'm 4.5.
Another thing people don't realise that boxers sacrifice a lot They put themselves through a lot of training, get in the gym. You might not come back to your family at night. You might get in the ring. You might not come back to your family at the end of the night. So people seem to forget that.
We get trolled online. When you lose a fight, you get memes made about you.
Yeah.
I remember I fought up north, up in Liverpool. As I left that after I just won. I knocked out Tom Farrell for the WBA International. I left that place covered in beer. I had beer over me. All the security had beer over them. I had getting beer cans thrown at me. I was getting called a cunt. You black this, you black that. In my DMs every day. Listen, I wake up every morning in my DMs. You black this. I fuck your black mum, you monkey. Blah blah blah. Listen.
Do you know what? I even get a few little ones on my comments. I just get not just that. We have to wake up in the morning. We have to go and run in the snow, in the rain, and then you can go and fight and still get your ass knocked out. Just because you work hard, victory is not promised. You have to go through all the nerves. You have to go watch your friends up in Dubai, enjoying the sun with their girlfriends in the clubs, while you're at home eating a little meal prep, and you have to go and you're down to bed.
And you know,
let me interject here.
Hold on.
Listen. You know, you get, like, I was going to say my little Uber analogy. You know, when you get an Uber driver, you get in his car, and you know he hates his job, so he takes it out on you. And you're like, mate, I didn't tell you to be an Uber driver. So if you don't like your job, leave.
Yeah.
Same with boxing. Like, we're not forcing any boxer to box. If you don't like it, don't do it. But once you do it, play by the rules. Your friends
but it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that.
Listen to what Ohara just said. Listen to what the man just said.
You sacrifice a lot. You got to sacrifice a lot.
Listen to what Ohara just said. What did Ohara just say? What did Ohara just say?
Listen, salute. Listen, Ohara, salute to you, mate.
Yes, mate. For real.
Because every time you get in the ring, you put your body on the line, you put your health on the line. And I salute you, mate. Honestly.
Yes. Me too. Me too, Ohara.
But do you get my point though? Like, I'm not saying it just directly at you. Like, you can't expect us to feel sorry for you that you picked this job. If you don't like it, babe,
it's not the job. It's not them picking the job. It's all the abuse. It's all the rubbish that gets thrown at you. It's the racism.
Good seeing you guys. Let's do this again next week.
Take care.
See you later.
Take care, guys.
Bye. See you later, Ohara.